Hi everybody, I'm just going to get set up here and then we shall begin. Let's see, do I have sound? Yes. All right. Some days YouTube is very confusing. Shoot. What did they do? It's telling me to subscribe to my own channel? Hey, Blue. I'm having issues. I'm always having issues. Let's see. Okay, there. Why isn't this thing letting me post anything? Okay, there we go. Some days, I swear. I don't understand what this is doing. Normally I can edit the video. I kind of can't. Hi, Michael. I can't go louder. It's me talking and where I am from the phone at the moment. I apologize. Right now I'm having a fight with the video. It's treating it like it's not my own video. It won't let me edit. It's telling me to subscribe to my own channel and I'm logged in. I don't understand. Yeah, restart YouTube. Just a second. I'll be right back. Okay. Still the same thing. I'm going to have to put editing for like the description and everything in later. I can't do anything with it. I do not know why. Well, anyway, I managed to get some more paint, so gonna do some more glass. I got glass paint today or yesterday. And same brand, they just changed the label. But I have red and I have some other colors, and I'm hitting my own hand with a straw. Because, well, I gotta work after this, so I gotta be fueled by Bob Ross. Positive energy. Yeah, I really need to be fueled tonight. I haven't had one for a couple of live streams now because it's got sugar in it, so I don't drink it that often. Yeah. Other changes I got, I have another OT light, so I have better light on my desk. Well, yeah, by his toes. And behind me, the room is going to be a mess for a while. This room, everything is getting moved upstairs. I'm going to have a bigger studio space. Our king-size bed is going into this room on the main floor, and then we're going to actually have a full dressing room in the other one. So, because I kind of like have a lot of dresses and stuff, and costuming and all of that. So, major rearranging of everything. And then after that is the project of one of the downstairs rooms is going to become our growing room for, like I want to get beds of microgreens, you know, and spinach and stuff like that, and be able to grow stuff during the winter. But yeah, it's going to be a disaster in here over a period of time till we get everything straightened out. And so I apologize for the mess in advance. Other than that, not a whole heck of a lot going on. I'm just feeling like I'm getting back into the swing of things a little bit. Our one kitten Ishchel is got some sinus thing going on, so she's going to the veterinary tomorrow, and hopefully it's just requiring antibiotics or something, and she'll be fine. Because I don't want to go through that, through the Oscar thing for quite a long time. And let's see what else. There hasn't been a whole lot. I had inadvertently 3 days off of work and just enjoyed myself. Went and visited former patients and brought out Christmas presents to said former patients, you know, because I had, when I caught the stomach flu before Christmas, I didn't want to go see people and get them sick. Yeah, it just keeps going. So, yeah, that's the big stuff going on right now. Not a whole lot. And I'm just kind of hiding out in my own corner, avoiding drama. And I've decided that is my best option. I try to offer an olive branch to certain people, and it's nope. So it is what it is. You just move on with life, and there it goes, you know. So I'm gonna take a sip of this here. Now, where I found my other colors, the original one was saying gloss enamels. They changed the label, which I was really annoyed with because there's another brand that has a similar label, and it's their glass paints, but they take like 21 days to cure. And so I wanted to make sure that I had exactly the same one, and it turns out this is it. They just changed it, and I have a whole bunch of new colors. So I was pretty happy with that. I could find them for like $3-4 on Amazon for a single color, and I'm still waiting for red to show up. Hopefully by the time it gets here, it's not going to be frozen solid. But this I found at Joann Fabrics, and their glass paint section is kind of like off in a little corner, and most of it is this this other brand. And like I said, I can't remember. It begins with an F. Oh, yeah. We got drama. All the drama. I am glad you're here. Is Morgan there tonight? Morgan's my son's girlfriend, and yeah, he's got a sweetie, and she's super pretty on top of it, and they've been together for years, so happy mom. What can I say? Oh, cool. Well, I'm going to swap the camera around here. Managed to get started a little early. Just ignore the desk mess. I found some other things to paint on as well. Flub you. In case anybody wants to know, flub you, I accidentally mistyped something one time, and yeah, the word flub came out. And so my son and I have kind of stuck with that. Okay, I can't get this open. This is always at the start of this. That's a ceramic bell that was in hubby's stash. I'm going to do some painting on this one too. I don't know what yet. Figure that out someday. And then, of course, I have the other bottles that I have to do as well, which are going to be different seasons. And then I still haven't scraped the paint off of this one yet. So, we shall see. Oh my gosh. Why didn't I have scissors at my desk? There we go. Now, I suppose what I should be doing is lay in some of the red paints first. Angle this thing. There we go. The extra light sure is making a difference, though. I'm pretty happy about that. There we go. Yeah, I'm so prepared. I'm also, I was going to stream on Saturday, but we're also having ritual on Saturday. So I might have to change streaming to Sunday. I don't know. I haven't been to ritual in a long time. It'd be kind of fun. So I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna need some white. This is cotton ball. I got a little extra white. I also managed to get a steel gray. I don't have any metallics in the brown paints, so I'm kind of, or in the glass paints. I was disappointed about that. Yeah, let's go with this yellow. Kind of did a haul getting my Light and getting the glass paint, and then I had gone to the thrift store today and got a bunch of magazine racks and small storage boxes and stuff like that, because I'm going to have a lot of space in the other room to be able to have supplies sitting out where I can access them. And so I wanted to be able to get some nice storage areas set up. So let's start with these reds first. Shake them up. All right, so one of the colors I'm using is the satin. It's called Red Barn. It looks like blood. I sacrificed another virgin. Just kidding. I'm having a weird evening. So tonight on break at work, I'm just video editing. This one is lipstick. And we'll get those berries out of the way first. I shook this up, but it didn't really... There it goes. There's a couple areas I wanted to have. This paint has already gotten so smooth and satiny. It's just really nice. So I'm going, those ended up bigger than I had planned. Well, then we fix it. And just one of those weird things I always do. I seem to just do like 3 berries. I'm contemplating on the other tall bottle, maybe doing one of my old reindeer, which I know people are going to gripe. I'm sorry, sweetheart, but you know, we got to do something with them. 'Cause eventually they'll reproduce, and then we have overpopulation. And I have to keep my youthful beauty. Bathe in the blood of virgins. I'm probably going to put a little bit of a holly leaf up there. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to run. Way too much paint. Paint's way too liquid and too thick. It is. I'm sorry, but you know, I gotta do things where I can. Oh, don't you dare run, you little bugger. There. Sorry, I'm having issues with the height of this bottle. Okay, now I'm gonna redo this red up at the top here somehow. Only because I forgot to scrape it off. That's probably going to take a couple of coats. And I went to go get the Dragon of Marduk today. Got the painting being scanned and printed, and they weren't done with the printing yet. So it's still at the printers. And it's going to be shipped directly from there to Digital Hammurabi, to Josh and Megan. And they're getting one of the prints to be able to auction off for their HAPS project. And then they get to keep the original painting. And I'm going to be signing the print as well. So whoever wins it, it's going to have a signed first edition of that thing. And then Josh and Megan will be having a digital file of it too, to be able to use on their live streams. But I'm doing the rest with, I'll be having the dragon on totes and mugs and stuff. So I'm pretty happy about that. I think I'll be excited to be able to get that home and get the rest of it sent off, because I got myself a really large print of it too, It's my first archival print, so it's like, yeah, why not? There we go. And take a breather here for a moment. I squirted way too much paint on the tray. Okay, it looks like... I don't think I really need to layer more white. Definitely need to layer more yellow and brown. I think I'm going to go with a lighter brown though, now that I have one. These paints don't blend the easiest, which is why I managed to get multiple colors. But it also just helps me customize, you know, what different colors I'll be creating if I have more options to start with. Cellophane didn't want to come off my fingers. Okay. And then after that, we'll get to working on the green again some more and make that stand out. Switch brushes. Okay. Now I gotta be careful where I'm grabbing this. Really don't want to set my hand right in the paint. That would make me sad. Yeah, the recent stuff going on, I just decided that started kind of clearing the extra drama stuff off my channel, and anything pertaining to nutty diets and things like that I'm going to keep on here, but just not the crazy stuff, not doing the reacts anymore, anything like that. And I had somebody try and call me out why I didn't respond to them, so as soon as I did, the one person out of the couple got really, really nasty about it. And like, okay, yeah, they're within their right, but, you know, would have been nice to offer up some discourse, but it is what it is. There we go. A little darker right under here. Oh, no, you don't. Still haven't quite figured out the controls on this light yet. Come on, dude, really? They put this weird touch buttons on this light instead of having it where you have a switch that you actually push or something. And it seems to have a timer. I just discovered the timer. which is not really convenient. I was like, gee, thanks. I didn't need a timer. You can't tell me that I have to stop painting, darn it. Okay. Just to get that silly little scroll handle on that candle holder. All right, now I gotta look up something. Okay. Just looking up images of, actual images of candle flames. My apologies. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to do any branch work here until I get the candle flame in. And it looks like I need just a little bit of blue and some white. I still do not understand why YouTube is treating this like I can't edit. Try that again. Nope. It still isn't gonna let me. I don't get it. I don't understand what YouTube is doing. They must not like that I'm live streaming on the phone. Yep, can't do anything until I'm done and the video's processed. Okay. Well, let's throw some music on. All right. Putting a thin layer over top of this. Solidify the paint just a little bit better. Okay. So I just tossed in a little bit of the True Blue. Just trying to mix a real, not super light, but I don't want it overpowering either. Okay, that looks good. I need to get more music downloaded. Okay. And I'm gonna head into the orange a little bit. This too. Sorry, I bumped the phone. I'll get the orange in here in a moment. Oh shoot, my headsets for at work. I better not forget those. Okay. I just noticed them on my table. Sorry, concentrating. That's one way to get me to be quiet. This is probably going to require a second coat here anyway. Looking like it. Which I'll have to let it dry and do another layer. Doesn't quite work like face paint. Okay. Yeah, I gotta let this dry. I'm just trying to fight with something that's not gonna let me fight with it. All right, so we'll switch over to the greens and get to working on more of the pine needles and smoothing them out a bit, and do the holly leaves a little bit more detail. I think I want a little bit brighter green there. Well, that looks pretty good. Trying to mix the paint. That's the scrubbing sound. Whoops. I gotta stop bumping the stand holding my phone. Then I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and actually highlight the points on these leaves and do a little white up here, I think. Just so you can keep the... know where the slight variation in color on the smooth leaves is. Hard part is trying to make it look smooth with this paint. But it's working. Okay. Okay. Let's get a little white on that one edge. Anyway, I took a look at my old designs of when I did reindeer for like window displays and stuff in high school, and realized that the current generation of My Little Pony, if you take apart the shape of just the general shape, is just like what I had always drawn my reindeer as in school. And so I just expect that should I decide to do a reindeer design, somebody's going to try to say that, you know, I'm copying My Little Pony. Because their general body shape for this current generation looks like my old reindeer. They look like deer. They don't look like horses at all. But I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm going to do it anyway. Bring back one of my old things I like to do on windows and stuff like that, because they always came out really cute. And considering I was in high school, you know, graduated in '86, has been a long time, so My Little Pony didn't look anything like that then. Get my Bob Ross energy out of the way of my brush water. I don't want to drink the wrong thing. Wouldn't taste very good. That'd be pretty terrible. Okay. I'll go back to the white here because I think the red might be secure enough that I can do some highlights there. And since the light's coming from the candle, come on. Just to make a little bit of a different marking on there. Oh yeah, right. I won $100,000, or no, $1 million. Woohoo! I doubt that. Oh, if I had $1 million. Hubby's finishing it. If I had $1 million, I'd be rich. For a little while. Then I'd pay bills. Although some of it would go in the bank to earn interest, but yeah. Or there is this beautiful old building in in the town that I did the cabin video from. And of course, it was an old mental hospital, but still the architecture is amazing. And it'd be like, yeah, I'd buy that and turn it into a bed and breakfast. There's no rhyme and reason for me doing these little white dots in the red band up here. The only problem with the old hospital building in that town is I think they want $1 million, so it's like there'd be no money left over to update it or anything. If all I had was $1 million. I need more than $1 million. It didn't quite come out even, but that's okay. All right. Gonna work on some more of the green and then go back to adding little white details on it. Well, that looks nice. And it's kind of see-through, so the green going behind it works out really well. All right. Probably should put a couple holly leaves right there, too. Light down a little bit. There we go. I like having all this light. This is so much nicer. Be careful where I'm grabbing. I don't know, I might have to let some of this dry and go on to the next bottle for a while. Yeah, this is going to require a second coat for sure. Kind of funny, I got into the mood for Christmas after Christmas, but it was kind of a rough Christmas time too. Now this is going to get a second coat, so I'm not worried about this right now. That definitely needs a second coat. Ah, stop bumping the camera. Not so sure I'm a fan of how that paint is coming out of that jar. I came out a little bit on the watery side. Let's get a base on here so I can paint over it later. It's not letting me. There. Now I think I got it. Okay, that's going to be a little messy up there for a while. I don't know. I don't think I need to do any more with the pine needles. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's do this. It's one of those weird little things I like to do. No logic to it at all. And some of the paint wasn't coming off either. I took turpentine to it and stuff, so I'm kind of going over some of those spots and just putting deliberate spots there. Because reasons. Yeah, that won't even scrape off of there. Who said there had to be sense to anything I do? There. I think that actually, Once I get those other leaves touched up, I think that one is pretty close to done. So we're going to set that aside. Now, I have these darker bottles. Now, if I'm not using straight turpentine, when I have a plain bottle like this, I'll just use an alcohol wipe just to get any extra residue off of it. The alcohol wipes also work really good for cleaning out resin out of your mixing containers so you can reuse them. All right, angle it down. It's a shorter bottle. Okay. Now we gotta look up something else. Kind of wanting to do a 4th of July thing. Somebody did a 4th of July cake. Ha ha ha. Could be interesting. Well, let's get some of that blue back out. Painting 4th of July with Renaissance music on. Well. Christmas wasn't too bad. Hi, Sadie. Other than the deal with, Oscar kind of made it really hard for me to enjoy Christmas that much, but beyond that, it wasn't too bad. It just hard losing my companion. But we still went out and we had a good meal and good time with family and stuff, and so it wasn't too bad. Looking forward to better Christmases, I'll tell you. Yeah, this is going to end up needing some solid layers in here. want this one to be nice and solid. There's a reason for how I'm doing it this shape. He was a great cat. He was a comedian. But now Ishchel has got some respiratory thing going on, so she's going to the vet tomorrow. I don't dare do mukbangs because I would binge too much. But yeah, so we're going to be taking her to the vet tomorrow and get, see if she needs antibiotics or something. It sounds more sinus, but poor kitten's miserable. And the only thing I'm not happy about was that Oscar was starting to get some respiratory thing before he passed away. And I did have him isolated, but the cats would sneak into the bathroom where he was at and get into the water and food and stuff. So Balam had the sneezes for a while. And she's doing better. I mean, she's over it. But Chell is just not over it. So gotta figure out what to do with that kitten. What'd you do to your fingernail, or? Oh, come on, paint. Do what I ask of you. Right now I'm just doing glass bottles that somebody handed me a bunch of them. So I'm trying to do kind of a 4th of July type design on this one. And then the bottle I had been doing from the last stream that I touched up today needs a little bit more touching up. And another coat of paint on some holly leaves, but I had just worked on that one. I finally have red glass paint. Last stream, besides having camera issues, and then I didn't have any red paint, and then the stream ended early because my daughter called and locked up the whole camera, and because I'm using the cell phone. You know, so, I mean, it just, the last stream was really annoying. But, boy, it sure makes it easier when you finally have red paint. Oops. That's going to take several layers of these paints to get these colors to really jump. So all I'm doing pretty much for this design is just kind of base coats today. TOP? What is that? I don't know what 21 Pilots is. Is that a band or what? Ah, I've never heard them. I go through phases like that, though, where I just want to listen to like one thing and that's it. The hard part for me is a lot of times I actually want to learn the music I'm listening to. And so then I end up like playing the same song over and over again to memorize. I've always had trouble memorizing just by rote, but if I memorize things with music, it works a lot better for me. So, because I'm very music focused. So I can't say I'm much help there. All right. Really no clue what I'm doing here. I just felt like playing with these colors tonight. So gonna want to bring this one down. I don't know. I think that's just talking about baby boomers. Some of the complaints that baby boomers come up with about youth these days and all that stuff. Probably where that came from. I have no idea. I know it is referring to baby boomers. A little bit more white. A little after. Not much after, but a little bit after. It's actually looking really nice. Probably, again, you have too many apps running at the same time. We've talked about that before. Well, there's something hugging memory or your battery is slowly wearing out. You're taxing your phone. I've never ever listened to Billie Eilish. Never listened to her. I've seen her on interviews about veganism, but that's about it. Yeah, my daughter used to listen to her. I don't know if she does anymore, but I've just never ever tried listening to her. And yes, this is deliberately off the flag. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to anything I do. South America. I don't know about that. That'd be a ways to go for a concert. I don't know who Josh and Tyler are. Oh, okay. I think it'd be kind of fun to be able to go see Pentatonics. All of my family, we've gone to see Lindsey Stirling in concert. That was pretty amazing. Lindsey Stirling is fantastic. And I think, honestly, I'd want to go see Lady Gaga in concert. I think she'd be interesting. She's a nice gal. Look her up on YouTube. And have a good listen. She's a violinist, and she is, whoops. She is amazing. And she's performed with John Legend, with Pentatonics, just a lot of different people. She is also a gamer, and she does music for games. And yeah, Lindsey Stirling is amazing. And another group, an actual group that you could listen to, is Miracle of Sound. They do music based off of different video games and stuff too. And if they ever did a concert, I'd be really happy to go see them. And my son plays violin, and he's really into Lindsey Stirling. So the one year for his birthday, we all went, and oh my gosh, that was a blast. Although I was at this little dive. She performed in this little dive, and they oversold the tickets. So it was standing room. That was it. There was no way else. He's pretty good because he's got some paralysis in the right arm. He had to learn to adapt how he plays. So he doesn't play like other violinists do, but he's pretty good at it. And he's won some contests, and I've managed to find him a 250-year-old violin from Germany, a Steiner, that I restored. And we know how old it is, or no, 200-year-old. We know how old the thing is because there's actually tags inside the violin from when it was repaired 150 years ago, something like that. So, yeah, the thing sounds just absolutely incredible. Of course, I used to play guitar and stuff too. Blue knows that, but with my hands the way they are now, I can't play anymore. So my daughter has my guitars, and my nephew has the first guitar I ever bought. My daughter's got my 12-string. I don't know. Because of the way I keep seeming to sprain this wrist, and then of course I've got both rotator cuffs on both sides are torn and AC damage on the left and stuff. It's just, I don't practice enough I'm not capable of practicing enough to warrant me playing. So going back to relearning the recorder, and I have a bowed psaltery, which has 2 bows, which you do the strings with that. And then I also have kalimba, which is an instrument from Africa, and want to learn playing that too. So, you know, you kind of adapt. Yeah, I think the one I'd want to meet would be Billy Joel. I heard he is really cool. Hubby's definitely heard he's really cool from a guy that had worked on the crew. And Billy Joel is just a really nice guy. And I think the other one I'd want to meet would be Dolly Parton. I bet she is just a stitch. Lizzo. Again, another person I have no clue who that is. Okay. Oh, I'll have to look her up later then. I've gotten a lot more into metal, hubby's influence there. I don't even care that these stars are perfect or anything. I'm just having fun with it. Oh. I found one thing that gives me nightmares is country music mixed with rap. Bah! That is just awful. I mean, I like some rap, and I like older country music, but the new country mixed with rap is just, that just does me in. It hurts. It's not my cup of tea. What else do I want to add to this thing? Not really sure. I suppose I could try to do the some of the fireworks in the background. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have a little fun with this one. Which color do I want to start with here? I didn't either. And then I had kids. And it was... My kids are pretty wonderful. I'm very happy to have them in my life. So you never know, things might change. I'm telling you, you've got some sort of app or something is using up your battery in the background. There's a lot of things like they'll use for like tracking your activity and stuff that actually use up battery. And if you're, it sounds like your phone might be having battery issues, period. But you might want to check your settings and see if there's things that are feeding data up to the cloud or whatever that are tracking data. There's something going on. And some of these batteries do wear out too. So it's possible that's what's going on. I don't know. I have an iPhone, so... Hey, Mudbrooker! I always feel like somebody's watching me every time I try to pee. Ho ho. When you live with 3 cats. It's a thing. Yes, they do. And we have the one that Ishchel always has a perpetual worried look on her face. So it's like she's worried about what you're doing. And then Thomas gives you this look like he's judging you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Daphne's given me hearts before. She pays attention to her comments. That's why she's successful. English escapes me. Successful YouTuber. There we go. I don't know what word was trying to tangle its way out of my mouth, but that was pretty bad. Not really. Not doing too much on that one. Just kind of having fun with this one. Oh, this big ring's got to come off. It's just flopping around my finger. I managed to get a pentacle ring off a Wish. Actually, it was pretty good. It fit really nice, too. All right, so I got that one. I think I need a little green. Yeah. Although I've been doing themes of blues and yellow, blue and a little bit of yellow. Yeah, the green will work in there. Go with the bright, bright green. You know what I just looked at from where I had paused the video on the computer, where it was watching, where, you know, I was still had the camera aimed on me. I'm realizing that the big wolf's head in the background was watching me with a look of disdain or hunger. My art teacher did some serious fangs on that thing. I'm going to eat you. There we go. Oops. Well, that'll have to do. Freezing is usually a good hobby. We're not overly thrilled with Minnesota. I used to do a lot of cross-country skiing with my ex-husband before I had kids. Then it was just a matter of freezing. I used to ride horses out in the snow in the winter. It was always fun. And then have horses pulling sleds and stuff, and do a lot of sledding. I'm not coordinated for very good ice skating. I really suck. Always have. Then roller skating indoors and lots of indoor activities. Snowshoeing, that's always a fun one. Done that. But since most of my life revolved around the horses, that, you know, it was a lot of just having to go train horses and stuff. I didn't do a heck of a lot else. A lot of people get into snowmobile riding and stuff, which is fun. I've done that too. That's a blast. Go exploring on snowmobiles. Yeah, you guys have the legal fireworks. Yeah, we do have a really good art scene. That's where I was today, is at this place where there's these massive stone and metal sculptures and everything, and it's just really fantastic. That was a lot of fun to see that stuff. And then, of course, you know, we've got winter carnival and stuff, and there's like ice sculptures and Klondike Kate. There's a competition for that. I've had people suggest I should run for Klondike Kate, but just didn't do it. But lots of music and everything. I mean, we've got a big music and art scene. I mean, Prince came from Minneapolis, Minnesota, so he was like our national landmark. No, I just think he's a wiry little Italian boy. And I don't think it would matter any. Why would it matter? I was like all these stupid people who were griping about Michelle Obama trying to lie about her or whatever and say that she was transgender. And it's like, good on her if she is, you know, who cares? Who gives a flying rat's butt? Let people live their lives and have a good time and, you know, have some joy in their lives. And be who they want to be and who they feel they are. As long as it's not hurting anybody else. And they're happy and they're safe and they find somebody that loves them and cares about them, who cares? I don't remember. Yeah, I grew up in Minnesota. Nah, Frank is just a skinny Italian boy. like that one. I had to throw a few more stars in there. It's just kind of a fun little weird painting. Nothing exciting about it, but it's kind of cute. And I know the people that gave me the bottles to paint are gonna like it, so. Hubby does a great Bob Dylan impression. Okay, now you guys got me going. Oh, yeah, I did. Birthplace. Duluth, Minnesota. Yeah, Bob was born in Duluth. Well, they're just going to try to confuse us now, aren't they? Robert Allen Zimmerman. St. Mary's Hospital in Duluth, Minnesota, May 24th, 1941, was raised in Hibbing. There we go. Yeah, he was raised in Hibbing, but he was born in Duluth at one of the hospitals I've worked at. And yeah, Sadie, I did watch that one, and yeah, I kind of got 100% on the video of spotting. The problem is you have somebody like Unnatural Vegan who looks really healthy, looks like she's doing things just fine. You know, some people can do it. Other people decide to go raw fruitarian and start drinking their own urine, and that's when the problem sets in. Oh, dear. I didn't say that. Yeah, well, it's because we're seeing it every day. I mean, if you came from medieval times into now, you'd be thinking everything was witchcraft. Oh, what do I want to do on this one? Probably summoning demons through our little boxes, you know. Meow, meow. Meow. Wow. Mushy, mushy. Somebody's upset that I'm in here. They can hear me. I'm just taking alcohol wipes to these bottles. The people that are having me do these bottles normally just have dish soap in them. Works really well because you can get, for olive oil bottles, you can get a dispenser for just dish soap. And works out really well. I don't know where Blue went. Blue comes and goes. Oh, what do I want to do? I don't know. I'm having a blank. Yes, he is. He is the wind. I just drew a blank. Brianna Jackson? I don't know who Brianna Jackson is. Maybe I should do a Halloween bottle next just to give myself some inspiration. I just ran into absolute. What do I do now? I wonder if I put some base coats on some of these other bottles and then I can let those dry, and next time I'll be able to put designs over top. Not have them all be clear. Oh, I'll have to look at that. I was really irritated with Bobby on his last one, and I commented because, you know, spreading this misinformation that bipolar can be cured with diet, and that's what he said was cured. And oh, don't you? You know, these people that have this idea that all of the medical industry is wrong and that every disorder or whatever can be cured with diet. Absolute crap. And it just, oh man, when he said that, that just had me really horked. Oh, what do I want to do? I don't know. Yeah, wait a minute. I think I might have it. I think I might got it. I think I might got it. Woohoo! English! I successful at English. Oh yeah, well it's more like trying to have this narrative that he knows it all, I guess. And you know, there's this humongous push of these people who are selling things to try and say that all of medicine is wrong. And what they don't realize is the reason we're living longer is because we're able to take care of some of these ailments. And then some of the reasons we have some of these ailments, like cancers and diabetes when they're older and Alzheimer's and stuff, is because we're living longer. And I mean, it just kind of snowballs, you know, but they want something to blame. Yeah, it might be that your battery is just having an issue. Do I want... No, I'll do this. I think I know what I'm doing now. Boy, there's some real kitty meowing in the other room. What is going on? Hold it. I will be right back. everybody to see you? Oh, just missing Mommy? Shall we flip the camera over and everybody can see baby? There she is. Yeah, fine, leave me. You just wanted to explore the room. I see how it is. No, you're not. I know, you're sick. You're not feeling good. We'll take care of that. There's a pretty girl. Perpetual worried face. Yes, okay. Yeah, I tend to have phones last a long time. Okay, you're not in here to explore the world here. Let's go. Yeah. Pretty baby girl. Yeah. There you go. Oh, I collide with the door. That was good. Oh yeah, we have more babies being born. We've got, you know, babies that normally wouldn't make it, making it with surgery and with medical care. We have better medical care when it comes to accidents, to diseases in general. So yeah, in some parts we are living longer, but we're also seeing things that weren't a common issue way back when. So there's a multitude of factors, and yeah, diet plays a huge role. But it's not going to cure everything either. So I got into an argument with somebody. They were trying to say that sugar causes diabetes. And I said it can, you know, help with causing a contributing factor of obesity. Because if you're getting all these empty calories in, then yeah, it's going, you know, you're taking in a lot of sugar, a lot of calories, and you're not burning them off, then yeah, guess what? You're going to get obese. But there's other factors in diabetes, and some of it is genetic. Some of it is just pancreatic. You know, there's all sorts of things that contribute to diabetes. And this person actually went off on me, trying to say at some point that I was doubling down on saying that sugar didn't cause diabetes and everything. Of course, it was a carnivore. You know, so they get just as goofy as the raw vegans do. This is going to be a stripped bare tree here. Oh dear, she's out meowing again. She wanted to explore everything. Yes, Blue Sadie is under 18. Yeah. They're a contributing factor, and what I try to explain to this person is a contributing factor does not mean direct causation. There's a reason why it's called a contributing factor. And they were, you know, oh, how stupid I was and everything else. And even though I cited sources and all of that, it did not matter. You know, they had to resort to the name calling, you know, to prove their point. Because that works. Boy, Chill is really upset that I'm in here tonight. Then hubby's trying to knit, and cats are trying to help with that, of course, you know. Yarn! Yay! We like yarn. Okay. Boy, you're getting talked to out there. She really wants her attention tonight. Oh, wow.
Needs its fringe yet, but...
Oh, that is nice. Wow. Those colors are gorgeous. I love that ombre effect, and when that fringe is on that thing, that's going to really just look spectacular like the last one. Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Let's see if I can get back out of here.
Without Kitten?
No.
Kitten is very insistent. I don't even try to lay any judgment on that one because, you know, I don't know. I stopped trying to pay attention to that stuff anymore. I'm so burned out. That's the thing, this last fiasco with a certain couple just burned me out. Which is probably good because that's not good for a person anyway. There's been days I've wanted to punch my computer monitor. I mean, everybody says that, you know? I mean, oh my gosh. Matter of fact, that's often a joke. Yeah, don't decide to hit your monitor over what you're going to hear in this video. And people don't realize it's a joke. Nobody's going to actually go and hit their monitor or their television or something like that. People need to get a grip. Yeah, exactly. It's just a joke. That's all it is. Okay, I'm probably going to go for like 1 hour yet and then go have food and stuff before I have to get ready for work, but so I'll see you when you get back, Mudbrooker. Why did YouTube block that one? Good grief. YouTube blocked, went and had me approve See You Later Mudster. What the heck? Hi, Darkstorm. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm just painting tonight. I'm doing the glass bottles. I got some more glass paints. Somebody got me a bunch of different bottles, and so I'm doing just different themes on each one. Yeah, I think I remember that one, Blue. Yeah, here was one of the other bottles I did. Just a fun, you know, something simple and fun. And then this is the more complicated one right here. And I'm going to I did some more leaves up here. I'm going to have to fill in the paint and stuff once this dries a bit more. And then that one should be done. I've done entire wedding sets for these people, and so they keep giving me bottles to paint because it's like, well, I want this one. I want some more. And they put dish soap in these instead of olive oil, and so the designs really stand out. So just having fun painting. In part because I got to get them done. Oh, yeah, well, he could afford them, you know. He kept the TV people in business. These ones here I don't, because somebody bought the bottles and they just asked me to paint them. But I sell, like, I'll paint on stone tiles for people to put in their kitchens and stuff. And I'll do, like, you know, pentacle designs and stuff on tiles, and or just nature scenes. I also, you know, do canvases and stuff, so. Just depends on what I feel like doing. And we make a lot of jewelry and stuff too, and hubby does knitting and stuff, so. Do a lot of chainmail. And then I make books and just all sorts of stuff. I kind of like this one going all in black, though. It's kind of cool. And these people are really into Halloween and stuff, and that's kind of a simple, really cool bottle. I like that so far. Sadie, could we not talk about things like that, please? Bottle painting is like a pretty big thing, especially if you do olive oil bottles. If you look on Etsy, they can go anywhere from $20 to like 30, 40 per. I had it on the wrong chat setting. And let's see. There's a lot of people that will turn around and make little, you know, out of the notepads and stuff you get, they'll make little, kind of little scrapbook type things out of it. Painting on rocks is a big thing. Yeah, you can do all sorts of things, painting on rocks, painting on wood. Learning jewelry is really a good one, but that can be kind of an investment as far as, you know, getting the supplies that you need and stuff. But yeah, there's all sorts of fun things on YouTube for sure to look up and see what you can do. Glass painting, the only problem with the glass is you're dealing with making sure shipping, you know, if you're doing it at craft sales, of course you want to make sure it's not broken. Same thing if you're shipping to a customer. That's one of the considerations you got to have, is that it doesn't get broke on the way there and then they leave you a bad rating and all of that stuff, you know. I don't know if I want to do much more here. I kind of like the way this is. I might just do the big white moon in the sky. Do some... Yeah, I love doing beaded jewelry. This is one of the pieces my husband did when he was still doing a lot of chainmail. With the MS, he doesn't do as much now, so he's gotten into loom knitting, and the scarves he's making are just absolutely stunning. But the loom knitting, he just has to use, you know, the hook with, and utilize the one hand mostly, because chainmail is a lot of grip strength on the two pliers and going like this all the time. And that'll tear into my shoulders and wrists after a while, so... but I still do some beaded jewelry and a little bit of wire work. I want to get more into that, but I've been making more resin pieces that I can incorporate into the beaded jewelry. And then, of course, the other thing I really love to work with is hemp. I love braiding hemp and making hemp necklaces and stuff.
On the other hand, would you like me to shake your hand?
Hubby just said, on the other hand, would you like me to shake your hand? He's got a grip strength that is just unbelievable. And there were times that he'd have to go to the doctor or something. They'd test his grip strength and be like, holy crap. Because he'll max out the meters with his grip strength. But it's not as consistent anymore, unfortunately. So he still does chainmail, but he does the really complicated pieces. I want this to just be smooth white. I don't want this to be too complicated of a design. I love resin. It's so much fun. I want to see Serpent's Mounds yet, Blue. We've been to Cahokia and we've been to Aztalan in Wisconsin. Cahokia was the first day of our honeymoon, and that was just really fantastic until I fell outside the car and almost broke my right wrist. All right. Let's get the clouds drifting over the moon, and this is like one of my favorite things to do. It makes absolutely no sense, but I like to do the black clouds just kind of floating over the moon. Give it that little haunted feeling. Just playing with old designs I used to do all the time. And the cloud thing is real easy, especially with this small, because you can just kind of wiggle the brush and make the shapes, and it works. Doesn't have to be precise in any way, shape, or form. It gives a good effect. We're all made of star stuff. Holy cow, Pat Benatar's 67? Jeez. That I did not know. It's a tricky part painting on this because the white is still wet. I think somebody took off with some yarn. Let's see, what else do I want to do here? I'm really enjoying just doing the simple black and white on this one. Yeah, I still haven't watched that show. It's not. I may get to it at some point, but right now I'm watching things like Alone and Mountain Men, and then I'm just about done with the few episodes of Dracula that Netflix has, which surprisingly was really good. And then, of course, we just finished The Witcher, and I'm always watching Cutthroat Kitchen, and I just kind of wander around. Again, no rhyme or reason to anything I do. Little different take on Halloween designs. There I went bumping the camera again. Oh, I'm gonna need to switch to a smaller brush. Yeah, winter is kind of hard for me to have good hair days because I have so much of it. And if my hair's just a little too much on the dry side, it's flying everywhere. And it's like Medusa. Because it's so long. That's really not draining that rapidly. YouTube, actually, the app really will drain the battery on your phone. It does that to mine, too. That could be just the YouTube app and overheating your phone that way, too. Oops, sorry, went off the phone, off the camera there. Because they all take it at a religious view. I don't know why. People get very tribal about things. And they're wanting to have belonging to somewhere, and they want something to blame. And that can happen with any group. I mean, oh crap. I slipped. I'll just leave it at that. But that can happen with any group. People get very dogmatic about certain groups they're in. And they think it becomes like a cult mindset. They think that everybody has to think like them. Or they're stupid, or they're wrong, or whatever, you know. That one's going to be just without. And it's just the nature of people. It happens anywhere. Kind of weird doing pumpkins without any shading or anything. Yeah, I kind of like that one just the way it is. I might throw a little, no, because I don't want it to detract from the moon. Let's do shadow of a ghosty in here. Do ghosts throw shadows? This music actually fits. Yeah, I like that just the way it is. There's no extra colors in that or anything. Not supposed to have pregnancies after age, well, they say age 30, but age 40 is like the major cutoff because you can have a lot of birth defects and a lot of problems after, during the pregnancy and after. And so yeah, we're not really supposed to be, women are not supposed to be reproducing after a certain age. At that point, the reproduction, men are able to reproduce longer because they can have, biology wise, they're able to have a lot more than just one child at a time. So that's way it is. But yeah, after 40 really it would be a no-no because you have a higher chance of getting like Down syndrome, other brain stem defects, physical defects. It's just a lot of problems. It's too risky to have a baby if the woman's over 40 years old. All right, take a breather here. Stretch. So, I think just gonna take a breather from that because I feel like my eyes are crossing, but I got quite a bit done. Pretty happy with that. I've got about 20 minutes and then I gotta go and make some food for work and stuff. But that actually worked out pretty well. Let that layer of paint dry, and I think I'm going to stream Sunday instead of Saturday. I'm not really sure. I kind of want to go to Ritual. So it depends on how tired I am, because if I go to do Ritual, that means I got to be up at like 4 in the afternoon. It's not a lot of sleep. Yeah, 35 is the cutoff for most. I was just doing some dish soap bottles for people who, I've got 5 more bottles for them to paint. This one here, I have to take a razor blade or something and scrape this old paint off. This was a bottle they had paid like $40 for. And then I'm going to just paint something else on it, kitchen related. I don't know what yet. He's yelling at the cat. He's trying to work with the yard, and it's like, oh my gosh, the cats are thinking that is the best toy ever, fantastic. And let's see, what am I making for dinner? I don't know yet. Found out, as much as I enjoy it, I'm allergic to shrimp. which means no shrimp, no lobster, no crab. It's like it just really sucks. Like I wanted to do some videos where I was gonna taste test some of these products of crickets and stuff that you can get on Amazon. Except that they would trigger the same immune response. So that's a no-go. Oh no. I can't have lobster. I can still have fish and I can still have oysters and stuff. Which I love oysters, but I can't have shrimp. So it's like, gotta modify my diet. And all the fake stuff I can have, as long as it doesn't have like shrimp extract or something in it. So like, some of the ramen stuff I have, like I have, Mama Tom Yum ramen, which actually does have shrimp extract in it, but I have a family that eats that stuff, so I'm just donating it. You know, it's too hot and spicy for hubby to eat because he doesn't like hot spicy stuff. So just gotta modify what I do. Pardon me, it doesn't affect my eating steak or anything else. Like what was it, Tuesday, I wasn't online because I went and my mother-in-law gave us a turkey and I didn't have room in the freezer, so I cooked up a Thanksgiving dinner turkey, and I did the mashed potatoes. I actually had put parsnips in there too, so the potatoes had a little different flavor. Roasted up the bird came out beautiful, so we're still, you know, having sandwiches off of the turkey. Thanksgiving a little late. Oh yeah, Grampy was already kind of teasing me about the lobster bit a little bit, which I have to work on a logo for him too. I think I have an idea for that. And so I don't know what I'm gonna bring with tonight. No idea. Today I had potatoes roasted with Brussels sprouts and bell peppers, and I had onion in there and a little bit of stew meat in there, beef stew meat. It was just left over, so very little in there, but tasted pretty good. So I don't know. I gotta figure that out. Oh gosh. Why am I yawning? Oh no, the tomatoes don't bother me at all. Potatoes don't bother me. None of that stuff bugs me. But you can develop allergies over time, so it's like I don't eat as many tomatoes as I used to, and it's only because right now they're not cheap. And they're not as good as... I get them at the farmer's market in the summer. Oh my gosh, I can just eat them like apples. They're just tasty little buggers. It just, the body decides to start having an immune reaction. It's just like, you can have somebody who's not allergic to bee stings, and then one day they get that one bee sting, and that's all it takes is that one extra bee sting to kill them. You know, it's just something that happens. And some people are more prone to allergies than others. Disorders like asthma and reactive airway disease and stuff can actually pair up with a lot of allergic reactions. If a person has a lot of allergies, they will often have asthma with it. Eczema and psoriasis kind of go in with that too. So you'll find people who are asthmatic often will either have eczema or they will have psoriasis, and that is genetic. My father had skin issues. I've got skin issues. My daughter has skin issues. So there's genetic factors, there's environmental factors involved. You know, just a lot of different things. Some of it's diet, but not all the way. And of course, being exposed to the wrong things. And sometimes you don't know unless you've gotten tested to figure out what you're allergic to, or you just suddenly stumble on something. And like I said before, I didn't have any shrimp allergy or anything like that. I developed an allergy. So that's just something I got to deal with. And I have a lot of other allergies too, so this is not unusual for me. Don't open a bottle of Pine Sol around me. Don't open Noxzema skin cream. There's some medications I can't give because I go into shock from giving them. I worked with one nurse who we had to administer Valium to a patient. She has to have 2 pairs of gloves on and a mask just to touch the pills. Solid pills, because she's allergic to Valium. I'm allergic to morphine and morphine derivatives. I have bad responses to Dilaudid. I have a mile-long list. It's not fun. So, you know, it's just the nature of it. I deal. Something to joke about, but also, you know, try to have a card in your wallet or whatever that says what you're allergic to, because if you go into the hospital, you know, they need to know those things. Just like they need to know what herbs you're taking, you know, what things you're smoking if you're smoking. Are you taking herbal supplements? Are, you know, what sort of things are you doing? These are things that they do need to know, because sometimes you can have an adverse reaction and it's because something they gave you interacted badly with something you take daily, you know. So it's kind of a matter of balance with people. And I've actually seen that in dialysis, where we'd have people react differently to medications because they didn't speak any English, and they're taking a boat ton of herbal remedies. Hmong especially are very prone to doing that. People from mainland China, well, you know, all these ancient medicines and stuff, and it can cause a lot of problems. A myth? Soy boy is a myth. They just like to throw it around as an insult. It's a made-up term just to be insulting. That's all it is. Although I thought it was really interesting. Somebody published this thing about, what was it, the Impossible Burger or the Beyond Burger? They published an article saying that it had 44 times the amount of estrogen in it than a beef burger. And it turns out they deliberately added a decimal point, or a decimal place. Pardon me. The actual number is 4 times more than a beef burger, not 44 times. So both sides manipulate the numbers, they manipulate the studies, you know. And nutrition science, it's very hard to say it is a science right at this point, because there's too much at stake, too many things that people have their mitts in the cookie jar trying to get profit off of stuff. So I mean, I haven't tried the Impossible. I've tried the Beyond Burger. That was okay. Oh, yeah, it would have been funny if it was 44 times more. But yeah, the Beyond Burger is okay. I have Beyond crumbles in the freezer. I use them once in a while. Again, I have to watch my cholesterol and stuff, so I mean, I'll throw vegan dishes in there and stuff. I'm an omnivore. I eat, you know, what I want, and I try to keep a balance between the two, but it doesn't compare to the real thing. It just doesn't. I get really irritated when you see some people who sit there and say, well, I just made a vegan this and a vegan that. Like, the vegan turkey. This one vegan on Instagram and on YouTube went and took a cabbage, a whole cabbage. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose it can a little bit. That's why they said they're okay with me having it, because I need to have, you know, my estrogen levels under control. But they've got it where they like to use it as a derogatory term all the way around. But anyway, this vegan decides to make a turkey with a cabbage, roasted in the oven and braised in vegetable broth for 4 hours. Let that sink in. That's a vegan turkey. So now hubby says that when I eat Brussels sprouts, those are vegan meatballs. So Brussels sprouts are vegan meatballs, you guys. It's like, just call it what it is. I mean, I like seitan. Don't say it's a vegan meat. It is a bread. That's all it is. It's made with wheat gluten. You can throw, I mean, I mix tofu in with mine and then spices and stuff, and I do it in vegetable broth, cook it in that. It tastes like one of those turkey roasts, the real turkey roasts that you get, you know, in the frozen section. It actually tastes pretty good. It's not overly salty, anything like that. But it's, if you look at the real texture of it and the texture behind it, it is a bread. That's it. I love these ones that vegan pulled pork, and they take oyster mushrooms and shred it. No, you made barbecued mushrooms. It's barbecued mushrooms. That's it. Don't call it pulled pork. It's not pork. And then they try to do bacon out of tempeh, which is the fermented soybeans. That stuff is nasty. That is one of the grossest things I ever tasted. And I didn't get a cheap one, but that was awful. And then there was this vegan sausage I tried. Breakfast sausage. That stuff did not cook up nice at all. That was hideous. At least if you get Morningstar Farms, which a lot of vegans gripe about because they contain egg. At least egg gives it a better texture and it tastes pretty good. Because you're still getting that protein in there, that albumin that's binding everything together. So vegans don't like that because that's vegetarian. That's not vegan. But there are some just pretty vile products, and they try to say that they're a vegan this or a vegan that. Like the vegan yogurts. This one just kills me. The one called Oat Yeah. It's an oat no. It is so bad. Because instead of actually taking the plant milks, and you can make real yogurt out of plant milks. One guy did it with soy milk, and he's done it with cashew milk, both to good success. And you slow heat it and have it going for about 12 hours. You have probiotics or a yogurt starter in there. And it actually makes a yogurt, and it has the consistency and everything. Yeah, and cashews are not environmentally friendly. The women that harvest these are pretty, they suffer the acids and stuff. They'll turn their fingers completely black. I mean, they're terrible. I have some cashews left in my pantry, but after that, it's like, no. I'm not getting them anymore. And I love cashews, but no, it's not worth it. But this oat, yeah, yogurt, they put in all these additives to make this a gelatinous thing mimicking yogurt texture. Instead of actually making a plant-based yogurt, a real yogurt, they just put chemical crap in it. And the texture is phlegm. It is so disgusting. I can't even. It's so gross. And it's like, if you can take these plant milks and make yogurt, why aren't you making real yogurt? What the heck? But they got to toss chemicals into all of it. Extra chemicals that are not necessary and not natural to yogurt. And that doesn't count the flavorings. Yeah, tofu dark storm is kind of an acquired taste. I like to make it in the seitan. Sometimes I'll do it in like more Asian type dishes. Like if I do a miso soup or something, I'll have it in there. And sometimes I'll do it in stir fries and stuff. It just depends on what I feel like having. But on its own, tofu is weird. Yeah, Sadie's got it right. It's weird. It doesn't have a flavor on its own. Yeah, it isn't though, Mudbrooker. It is just, it's nasty. I don't know if they just put way too much water in there to begin with or what, but one of these days I'm going to have to just show it on camera what this stuff looks like, because I have another container of it. It's hideous. I got Oat Yeah's mango one, and it's like, wow. It's really bad. But anyway, it's 9 o'clock, and I really need to go and figure out what I'm doing for work tonight. So, I hope you guys had a good time. And thank you for popping in, especially Dark Storm. I'm very happy that you came to visit. And I'm planning on sometime this weekend there'll be another stream. It depends on if I have the energy to go to Ritual Saturday. I will not be streaming tomorrow because we have to bring the cat to the vet in the afternoon. So I have to get up, take her to the vet, come back home, and pretend I'm going to sleep so I can work again tomorrow night. So Friday's not happening, but I kind of want to go to Ritual, but we'll see how much sleep I have on Saturday. So it's either going to be Saturday or Sunday. I'll be doing another stream. And then I'm planning Wednesday again because I'm off on Wednesday. So see you guys all then. And you have a great night. Blessed be everyone. Get good sleep for me.